Let me test this out right quick. Yo, I put my life through rhymes on the paper's lines. Let my mind unwind through space and time, hoping to find another sign of the world that I designed. So any moment I decide I can make it mine. If you take the time, you discover you can align to the universe that you will find. Let me break it down. You hear the sound of calling starts out as a whisper. It can whisper when you become a good listener. Tune to the frequency like a transistor. Meditation makes it stick so that you can't miss her. So as a man thinketh, so shall it be. Manifest what's in your mind so anyone can see. You can master these degrees without a compass or a G. There's many levels to this, way more than 33. It occurred to me in my recent years to share the knowledge. Ain't no gatekeeping here, you don't need college. The universal library organ access. To set your attention, you ain't even got a fact check. In fact, it's accurate to flip it like a mattress. No need for acrobatics, this it comes automatic. Controlling the very fabric of reality. Imagine, just like magic, it comes easy when you practice. Believe me, it's true. 369 in mathematics. When you make it a habit, if you think it, you can have it. Silly rabbit, magic ain't just for kids. Cause I've been doing this since nobody beats the biz. Manifesting this shit when I ain't even know I did. What a blessing it is to be controlling it. Had to get a hold of it. Focus on my breathing. 3 times in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, 9 in the evening. I no longer wait for the right time of season. As long as I'm breathing, that's a motherfucking reason. Knowing is better than believing. Visualizing, be it. The universe won't release it until you go and receive it. Can you see it? Can you see it? The time is now. That's right. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? The time is now. That's right. Yes, yes, y'all. You are now rocking with the best. My name is Ali Oxnfree. This is not a podcast. This is Ali Oxnfree Show. And you know this man. Welcome everybody. This is Ali Oxnfree Show. One time for your mind. Turn this down. Yes, yes, y'all. Glad to have y'all in the house with me once again. Like I said, this is the Ali Oxnfree Show. I'm your humble host, Ali Oxnfree, representing the G-O-D. Pardon me for 1 second. I'm looking for something. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Once again, Ali Oxnfree. You know, let's bring that beat back. Bring that beat back. Bring that beat back. Yeah. Alright, now we officially back. Alright. Yeah. That's right, y'all. That's right, y'all. Brand raps. Yeah. You know what time it is. Brand raps. Presents the Ali Oxnfree Show. We had to do it officially. That was the right way. I'm fumbling with my stuff, as you can see. Excuse me. It's another late night. It's about 1:31 in the AM. And you're here with me. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold your, take up too much of your time. You know what I mean? Discuss a few topics right quick. If I can find them. Yeah. What's going on with y'all anyway? Everybody good? Happy Mother's Day to everybody. All the mothers. This is coming from we all want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. You know what I mean? Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Happy Mother's Day to Maddie. Happy Mother's Day to Jessie, my grandmother. Happy Mother's Day to Annie, my mother-in-law. Happy Mother's Day to Marjorie Callahan, my aunt. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that, you know, are watching us from the afterlife or heaven or wherever, you know, whatever you believe in. The ones that are no longer with us, the ones that transitioned. See you at the crossroads. Silly joke. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm just enjoying the beat right now. Ooh. Just enjoying this beat right here, right quick. Oh man, Holly's all in the mix. When you come to things like this, I'm not the cat, but I got alright. Yeah. Once again, we're back. Pardon that last attempt at freestyling. Silly, just being silly. I'm actually tired, but I said I got to get this out. I'm trying to get more. Not trying. The goal is to just be more. What's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. That's all. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. You know. If there's anything that you're trying to do, it doesn't happen usually in 1 or 2 tries. You got to be willing to commit to something that you don't necessarily have a guarantee of, success, seemingly. But the goal is to do it anyway with enthusiasm, as if you have the success or whatever that is already. That's a part of professionalism, if anything. The consistent manner in which you perform your task with extreme enthusiasm and a level of skill. And that's always the goal. That should always be the goal for anybody. I saw a video. Well, I've been hearing about Rob Schneider. You remember Rob Schneider? SNL fame. He had the movie The Animal, I think. He's been in a ton of Adam Sandler flicks. The guy that was like, "You can do it." That dude. I think he's like half white, half Filipino or something like that. I've been hearing that he's on, the MAGA side of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what some of these white guys do. You think they cool and then they switch them to MAGA. And I don't mean MAGA like in terms of party or, political affiliations. I can care less about that. But on some, F the N-words type MAGA. I'm talking about those type of cats. He definitely seems to swing that way. This is a video that I saw concerning reparations, I guess. Let's see if I can bring this up. I don't know if this oh yeah, here we go. Let's see.
California passed slave reparations last month. Listen to this. California is going to pay slave reparations to people who were never slaves, to be paid for by people who never owned slaves.
Descendants of slave owners are still profiting off of slavery. I'll say that again. Descendants of slave owners are still profiting off of slavery. I'll give you an example. People in Congress who are descendants of former slave owners, their net worth is around 3 times what the median net worth is of people in Congress. Also, when it comes to inheritance, generational wealth, white people have about twice as much of it as black people do. Also, people like to treat slavery as though it was so long in the past, but it was only about 160 years ago. The life expectancy in the United States is only 79 years, which means slavery ended about 2 lifetimes ago. Descendants of slave owners are still profiting off of the people that their family members enslaved. Also, slave ownership was never really fully outlawed because there's still the exception for punishment of a crime. And when you look at exonerations, black people are exponentially more likely to be wrongfully convicted than white people. I want you to look at 2 maps. This top map right here shows slave percentages in 1860. The bottom map right here shows prison population per capita. See how they're similar. Reparations make sense. Whether you're a descendant of a slave owner or an enslaved person, slavery still affects you today in the United States. By the way, give me a follow if you want to see more breakdowns like this.
Okay. Ooh. So, yeah. I don't, people like Rob Snyder, please, listen. As much as I know that if anybody on this planet Earth deserves reparations to be repaid for the hell that their ancestors went through, if anybody on the earth deserves that, it is black people of America and the black people of the Caribbean as well. But definitely the black people in America. But Rob Snyder, don't worry. I doubt it will ever happen anyway. I doubt it would happen. This country, United States of America, you think the United States of America, this country is ever going to right its wrong with the people that actually built this nation? With those people, you know how much that would be beyond an admission of guilt. You giving up like power in a sense. You know what I mean? They got to hold. You know how many companies to this day, like you said, benefit off of slavery? And the crazy thing is, beyond slavery, the things that happened afterwards, which is bananas. It's so much. I remember reading a book called The Color of Law. I think that was the name of it, and it was really focused on basically racism in real estate, and it talked about redlining and the way that they designed certain areas to keep black people out purposely, and they would have even in their contracts, they would have it set that certain houses they just don't, by law, don't sell to black people. It was crazy what our ancestors went through in this country. Think about this. I always think to myself this: the European man and the African man, the white man and the black man, the melanated and the non-melanated. I always ask myself, what did the non-melanated man gain or benefit from meeting the melanated man? What did they gain from meeting the melanated man? What did the white man gain from meeting the black man? Now, switch that around. What did the black man gain by meeting the white man? Ooh. So that definitely shows exactly who benefited in the relationship between us. Rob Snyder, you're good. I doubt that'll ever happen. You know what? In fact, let me see if I can find this. I was just looking up recently, and I just heard about this as well. All right. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on. Something I heard about recently, and okay, give me 1 second. You cannot minimize it. I'm not trying to minimize. Okay. All right. Yeah. So recently, maybe I'll try to share this on the screen as well. Yeah, I'm gonna share this if I can. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Yes. So recently, based on the March 26 UN General Assembly vote, based on the March 2026 UN General Assembly vote, General Assembly just happened recently. United States, Israel, and Argentina were the only 3 nations to vote against a resolution declaring the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. These countries opposed the resolution, which included calls for reparations and apologies for the racialized chattel slavery. The United States of America, Israel, and Argentina. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. You'll probably never see, you'll probably never see reparations. Not here. Not unless the old guard, all these funky old white MFers that's in office now, unless they croak or get voted out. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of this whole political system and voting and all that stuff. Every 4 years, you know what happens when somebody get in office? Another 4 years. That's it. Not much really happens, but keep voting, y'all. Yeah, I think it's more about lobbying and money and all that stuff. But, what do I know? I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a political science major. But I know bullshit. And this is what our own country thinks of us, y'all. Yeah, so anyway, such is life, man. Live, hey, whatever, you're lucky. We got what, 60, 70, 80 if you're lucky. Live to your best you can. Know that nobody's coming to save you. When you look in that mirror, that's your savior right there. That's the only person going to save you. It ain't going to be a politician. And 9 times they don't give a F about us. Anyway, Michael Jackson told you. They don't give a F about us. Speaking of Michael Jackson, did anybody see that movie? Oh man, my camera over there is thanks. I'm gonna be looking at you. Did y'all see the Michael movie? Did you see the Michael movie? Yo, they did my man JoJo dirty. They made was he really like that? They made him a this dude was a super villain. He was like diabolical, like scary, like yucky. Like I'm wondering, is that the reason why Janet Jackson didn't want to be a part of the movie? I don't know. I don't know if it was because of that or the depiction of Michael. I mean, the movie, from a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it about a 7.5. Only because there was certain things that, like, of course, Diana Ross, not in the movie at all. I guess legal stuff. She didn't want to be in it. Whatever. Janet Jackson, not in the movie at all. That is crazy. That's the little sister. She in it. She's not in it. I guess, she obviously, for whatever reason, had her gripes about it. It was a lot of things like that they just kind of glossed over. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, there was a scene, the Beat It scene, where they was filming the dance sequences, and the way he was like, kind of like taking over the choreography, and I'm like, the choreographer, the guy who does all this choreography, is right in the video. if I'm not mistaken, he's in the video. So it kind of would make sense if they show him taking notes from the choreography. You know what I mean? It seemed, I don't know. But the whole Joe Jackson stuff, it's like he's beating the hell out of Michael all the time. Like, damn. And Catherine was just sitting back like, just, you know what I mean? Just letting shit happen. Like, was she really like that? Was he? They made him such the antagonist in the movie. Oh my God. Like, I mean, he looked creepy. He looked like a fucking vampire, and his eyes was all crazy. He looked kind of like hunched over. He looked like a Nosferatu meets Blackula. It was bananas. It was bonkers. I don't know, man. It was so weird and so like he's the villain in the movie that I was like, is this real? Like, I don't believe this. I don't know. I don't know the Jacksons. And I mean, that could have been their real experience, but. And then another part of it was like Mike in the movie was so like damn near asexual. Like, they ain't show him with no broads. He wasn't getting no buns, no nothing. Like, they wasn't showing shit. Like, was this nigga a virgin? God damn. What I heard that, I don't know if it's true. Did him and Diana Ross have something going on? I heard that might have been the reason why she wasn't in it. I don't know. But, you know, he wasn't fucking no hoes. He wasn't hitting a goddamn thing. They had a weird scene where you see him talking, and he's like talking to someone. He's like, yeah, I'm going to miss you. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see you again, and blah, 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 blah. And then as the camera pull away, he's talking to a goddamn llama. I'm like, why did y'all film that scene like that? Why did y'all film that scene like that? Like, that shit was kind of weird, and it was kind of like an unnecessary tease. What were you trying to say? You know what I mean? He was real, like, I don't know, it's hard. If he was really like that, it kind of explains some things, but they just show him, he was real, you know, the whole theme was, you know, a lot of it was his childhood and him, you know, not having much of a childhood, and, you know, his mother's, I remember there was one part where his mother was like, hey, maybe you should, you know, because he always liked to be around animals. He was like, maybe you should get with kids your age or whatever. And he was like, they don't treat me like everybody else. They just stare at me. And I was like, damn, I could imagine that's probably was his experience, because he was a superstar, like mad young, like super young. Could you imagine being so young? All you got is your brothers, and most of them are older anyway. And so you really can't, you know, and you performing, you going from town to town, and you're not living a life of a child. So it showed him kind of like, you know, always reading books and Peter Pan books and loving cartoons and loving toys, and he would always eat ice cream with his mom and all that stuff. It was, you know, when you think about it, like a Michael Jackson when he died, though. You know what I mean? He wasn't normal. He definitely wasn't normal. Michael Jackson, I'll say this, Michael Jackson is definitely the greatest entertainer of all time. And the reason why I say that is not only that he was immensely talented, I mean, an amazing singer, amazing songwriter, amazing dancer, but he looked nuts too. He looked crazy. He looked like a spectacle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looked like a sideshow. When you see him, you're like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, so he's so entertaining. He's entertaining you what the fuck he look like. You know what I mean? He ain't even dancing, but if you see that nigga, you be like, what is that? Did you see him in the later years? He was a handsome man when he was brown. I know I'm going on a tangent. I'm supposed to be talking about the movie, but I just, I don't know. They, you know, but they touch on the vitiligo thing and stuff like that. But my thing is, I've seen people with vitiligo. I knew a couple of people with vitiligo. And I knew one guy, he had vitiligo, and he ain't turned white. He is still Puerto Rican. He's still Puerto Rican as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He ain't turning like to a white man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I never seen any black people completely turn. You know what I mean? That was a choice. I don't know what cream or whatever. I don't know what he was doing. That was a choice. Come on, man. Come on, Mike. Keep it a thou wow. That was weird. But the movie, it left, you know, kind of like insinuating, of course, that it's going to be some more movies coming out and whatnot. So, you know, we'll see but I just wish they'd show, you know, got a little bit more in depth with certain things. They really did move the movie fast. I mean, his story to me should have been at least 3 hours. That's Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, but homeboy Jaafar Jackson did a great job. You know, I believed he was Michael by looking at him and the way he danced and the way he sung, if he indeed sung. But you know. So check it out if you can. If you get the chance to see it, check it out. It's it's doing great at the box office, and that's a cool thing. It definitely make you want to like revisit music and things of that nature from MJ. So anyway, before I get out of here, I'm not gonna take too much more of your time, but I wanted to check this shit. This shit had me dying.
Ketchup sliced. Wow. Ketchup.
I dare you. I dare you. Word to my mother, I dare somebody to invite me to their cookout this year and they got ketchup slices. We will slice you next. We will slice you next. If you back out ketchup slices at this summer's barbecue, we will fuck the cookout up. Don't invite me to no fucking cookout where I gotta peel back and pick up my ketchup. It should have happened like that. Since baby squirted on, pause, close, that's that. There's no reason I should have a slice of ketchup. But ketchup shouldn't even be shaped or filled. Nothing like this. It's not. This should look like a slice of cranberry sauce. And if I feel like y'all handing me that, we gonna start slicing niggas. We gonna turn you niggas into the same pack that they got the ketchups in. There's no reason we are in 2026 and y'all backing out this. Why the fuck we need that? The grill would get flipped. The person that bought this would get flipped. The burgers is still going on my plate. Everything, tables is getting flipped, and we shooting. Like we shooting. Like we shooting. Like we are shooting. We shooting. You back these shits out. Somebody get shot in their pockets, because you shouldn't even have money to waste to buy on this. And if you back this out, you're getting... We're going to put you on the grill face first.
Hilarious.
Ketchup slice.
Hilarious. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Anybody that give you a burger with a ketchup slice, they don't fuck with you for real. They don't fuck with you for real. They don't like you. They don't like you. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? One of these days, I'm gonna buy a box. And just know that if you come to one of my cookouts and I give you a burger with a big ass ketchup slice and no cheese, you might as well take that burger and put it in the garbage and leave. I don't fuck with you for real. That's gonna be the universal way that I let motherfuckers know I don't fuck with you for real, nigga. Excuse my language. Nah, I don't fuck with you like that. Nah. Take this fucking gelatinous fucking hemoglobin pie, all right on this raw burger. Ugh, that shit's gross. That is gross. Who thought of that? Whoever thought of that is a vampire disguising as a human being. I'm telling you, that is crazy. That's bananas. Anyway, Brand raps, nigga. You know, it is what it is. I am Ali Oxnfree, representing for the Ali Oxnfree Show. Thank you for stopping by. Follow me on Instagram if you want. Ali Oxnfree on Instagram. ALIOXNFREE. Also, you can follow at Rembrandt Raps, of course. Rembrandt Raps. Rembrandt like the painter. Raps like raps. Also, the Ali Oxnfree Show on Instagram as well. You can follow that as well. Let me go out to a beat. Just a random beat. Freak it. I mean, just a random beat. Let's go out to. Just, like doing that. I'm gonna start adding more music stuff. Add more music beds and stuff like that to the show. Why not? It's actually 1:58 in the morning. I got off work late. I got home at like 11:30, so I ain't been to sleep yet, but I'm trying to be, I'm being more consistent with this whole thing that I'm doing. And so thanks for watching. If you watched the whole thing, Ali Oxnfree once again. Representing BK to the fullest, even though this says Harlem on it. I mean, that's where I was born anyway, but BK to the fullest all day. I'm out. Deuces. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm going to bed.